Welcome to Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer at investorsguru.com. We're going to show you why we feel Investors Guru and the relaunch in 2009, why we're the ultimate stock research site empowering investors since 1995. At the top you'll see our new logo, which is basically depicts the NASDAQ stock market since its inception in 1972. This first green dot is when we started the site back in 1995 and started putting out our Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer newsletter to our signed up members. This is in 2000 when we advised our members in January of that year that we felt that the market was way overdone. Look at the ascent of the NASDAQ, and that by May that the market would sell off and probably go into prolonged recession for the next 4 years. It did by March. We shut the site down later that year. Stayed out of the market for the next 4 years. We also indicated that we felt that it would be gold and precious metals and base metals that would lead the market out, as it typically does after a recession, which has happened. Gold at that time I think was $260 an ounce, and oil was $12 a barrel, and copper was 60 cents or 80 cents a pound. In 2004, when the Republicans got reelected, we basically felt same old, same old. We're going to stay out a little bit longer. So in March 2009 is when we decided that the market had sold off, value had returned, it was time to relaunch the site again. And so we took the timing of that to add a lot more features. Technology had come a long way, so we could add a lot more to the site, and that's what we're here to show today. Our homepage, you may want to favorite it. A lot of people set it as their homepage to get a overview of what the market's doing on that day. In the right column you'll see a number of tab charts. Here's our commodities 4-day trend, gold, silver, platinum, crude oil, North American indices. You've got the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the TSX Composite, and the TSX Venture Exchange. Below that you'll see world indices for the Paris CAC 40, Spain's IBEX 35, Germany's DAX, Sydney, Australia's All Ordinaries, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average on an end-of-day basis. Below that you'll see a currency converter. You just enter your amount here. All the major currencies are at the top. Pretty well any currency you can think of. A lot I've never heard of are in here, so you can convert it from one currency to another currency. Click the convert button and it'll tell you how much this currency is in that currency, or more commonly scroll to our foreign exchange table at the bottom. It's editable, so you can display whichever currencies you follow. These currencies are displayed in US dollars. Shows the sell, buy, the change, percentage change, open, high, low, close, and then once you click on the symbol, it'll show a interactive chart, 5-day, 1 month, 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, to give you an idea of how the currency is trending if you follow currencies closely. We use pop-ups on our pages a lot because they're quick, they're instant, they give a lot of information without leaving the page and without refreshing the page. Similarly, in our editable watch lists, you can customize this list as well. This left column will follow you on whatever page you're on our site. So you just click the symbol, and the pop-up loads. And once again, it has this is the Edit tab, which you will enter your symbol here to add or delete symbols, and then or indices, and then click OK, and it'll save it, and we'll remember that next time you're on our site. But if you click on a symbol, it will actually show the interactive chart similar to the chart that it showed for the currencies. Below that is just a share button. You've seen these on other sites, to bookmark, print, email, favorite. That's the email, that page, to share this with your MySpace, your Facebook, your Twitter. Above that you'll see our membership login box. I'll go through these features one at a time, but basically once you become a member, you'll receive our Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer monthly newsletter. As we add new featured stocks, you'll receive their profiles by email. Those are corporate profiles, very detailed, gives you an overview of the whole company, good basis to start your research. Our news by email, these are for our featured stocks. To receive their news as it's released in live time. Then there's your my portfolio. You simply all members would log in to view or update your holdings. You can also have settings where you can email it every day. We'll go over that later. There's your My Watch List and alerts. These are price alerts, greater than, less than a certain price. Email me and let me know when it's breached that. Those are good for traders when you're trying to time your way in or out of a stock. And a watch list will give a little bit more information than the actual portfolio will. We'll go over that later. There's bulletin boards. Our bulletin boards, we believe, are a lot more detailed, provide more information, and have a lot of convenience features. And we'll go over that a little bit later. So all you would do is just enter your email. Read our privacy policy. We do not share or rent our lists at all. Don't email us for your password. We can't provide it. You would have to enter your email click forget your password, enter your email address, and it will email you a new password, which we can then go in and reset if you ever lose your password. So we don't even know your email address. It's encrypted into our database, and you would have to add or remove it whenever you want. You remove it, just click in unsubscribe anytime, and go from there. It's easy to get on or off our lists. So above that is our featured stocks. You would click this Quote Media, for example, and you'll see Quote Media mentioned a lot because they're our data provider, and we've looked at various stock market data providers, and we've chosen Quote Media, and we've actually started looking at the company, and it's a low price stock. It's growing, so we've decided to follow it as one of our featured stocks. This link above it is just a splash page of all of our featured stocks, showing their logo, their banner quote, and their profile title if they have a profile. Up here is what most people will use. They'll enter their stock symbols or symbol lookup, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. That's why I believe we can prove why Investors Guru is the ultimate stock research site of all the information that you can get on your detailed quote page, so we'll get back to that. Okay, in the middle column at the very top is our most recent featured stocks profiles. Those are those corporate profiles I told you about. We also archive them under reports, featured stocks profiles. Underneath that is our Small Cap Stock Observer, our most recent newsletter, and you can also find those archived under the report Small Cap Stock Observer tab. Underneath that is our Guru Trader Tweet. It shows a list of active stocks that we're following that day. We start with about 20 stocks, and we wean that down to 5 to 7 very active stocks that are making new highs or making 52-week highs. And we're not looking at the fundamentals. We're just looking at the trading action. And those are for traders to, when they're looking for things that are moving. These are the stocks that are jumping that day. Below that is if you want to build your own trading list, our most actives tables. Just set the exchange. We have a default set to the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, but you can set it to whatever you want. Then you've got the volume actives, percentage gainers, percentage losers, dollar gainers, dollar losers, and just click go. Or at the very bottom there is a all market movers by exchange. If you just follow Venture Exchange stocks, just click that link and it'll give you all of their market movers, a whole list of volume actives, percentage gainers, etc. for just the Vancouver Stock Exchange. Once again, you can click on the symbol to get a quick chart. Below that is our news section. These are our featured stocks, most recent news headlines. And below that would be the Canadian markets news for the TSX Venture, the small caps news for the U.S. Small cap markets, the OTC Bulletin Board and Pink Sheets. Below that, the U.S. main markets for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. Below that is a variety: basic materials, metals and mining, energy, chemicals, technology, news today, computers, software, electronics, telecom, internet. Or you can just go back up to here, the featured stocks news section, and click the sector news, basic materials, chemicals, etc., or the topic news by exchange, by topic, IPOs, insider trading, whatever, to get to hone in what news you're really focused on at that time. So when I clicked on that news release for Quote Media, for example, this is their most recent news release. Has an interactive chart, like a lot of our tables. You can increase the font or decrease the font. If there's any stocks mentioned in here, their charts will be in the left column, which you can remove. You can email this release to someone, or email it to yourself, or you can print it. Then when you're done with it, boom, click it, it's gone. Alright, that's enough for our home page. I'll just quickly go through some of our other tabs. Our top 30 stocks,